Hi. Um, okay, so I just watched your video. I'm going to try to do this from now on where I watch your video and then I record a video right away. That way I remember what the fuck you talked about and I don't go 3 days without recording a video. Okay, so you talked about a lot of stuff, and I want to talk about a lot of stuff. But first of all, I just took a picture for Daily Booth 2, but it looks so much better today now that it's not all bloody and gross. And I love it. I love it. Um, the tattoo artist though was kind of a prick about it. Not really, not like, oh, that's a dumb tattoo, but like definitely like, oh, that's beneath me. Like he didn't ask me why I was getting it, or he didn't talk to me at all the whole time I was getting tattooed, which took all of 10 minutes. Like it wasn't, but it just, I don't know. I wasn't terribly pleased with my tattoo artist, but I love it. It doesn't hurt or anything. He did a really good job. I mean, it's a little black heart. Like, can't really fuck it up, but I drew it, so that's my original artwork. And he was trying to put it like down here, and I was like, yeah, more shoulder, less boob. But I think it's pretty much in the same spot where yours is. I couldn't quite remember when I was telling him, and it's a little different than yours, obviously, but like, yay! I'm super stoked that we have matching tattoos. Um, you were talking about comedians were talking about having young girlfriends and that it squicks you out, and it does me too. Like it's gross. But I think the solution to that is for us to start dating totally young dudes. Like I think we just need to find ourselves like 21, 22 year olds, and I think they call that. It's not cougars because we're not old enough. Pumas, maybe, which is ugh, it's kind of gross. But yeah, I think we just need like 21, 22 year olds who you know, they're like, oh, you're older and you have jobs. You own a home. You're like super awesome. You're a catch, lady. I am working a lot. I am going out a lot. After Sunday, I had to respond to several people's concerns about my alleged drinking problem. Um, I took a quiz on the internet to see if I actually had a drinking problem. I don't. I don't go to work drunk. I've never lost a relationship or a friendship or a job because of drinking. I don't engage in dangerous activities. Like, I always end up in my bed, alone, fully clothed the next day. I don't black out. Never been arrested. I don't drive drunk. So I feel like I'm still under control. But there are people who are worried that I'm drinking too much. But I feel like I'm just doing what most people do when they're like 21, 22, and I never really did. Um, Hair crush. I'm sorry that it grosses you out that I like to run my fingers through men's hair. Um, I didn't really run my fingers through his hair. I did put my hands in his hair. I didn't really run my fingers through it. I grabbed fistfuls of his hair. And I twirled his hair. Uh, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing for me. It's a weird thing, but it's a thing. Um, Clearly you just don't get it. I would never do that shit sober. I saw him today, as a matter of fact. I stopped by my one of my favorite coffee shops because I just needed to like sit and read and zone out for a while, and he was there, and so I saw him. He had his hair in a ponytail though, so I couldn't have fondled his hair if I wanted to. And he wasn't flipping it around at me today because pretty sure he was drunk too. So, yeah, I think that whole interaction never would have happened if one or both of us hadn't been drunk because we were both completely sober today and we just had a very normal conversation about Foursquare. That was it. So, uh, oh God, man. And I am just having like nothing but really awkward interactions with men in general, just all of the men on the planet. So it has come to my attention that I don't know how to flirt, which isn't surprising to me because I never really learned how. Um, I don't know how to flirt, and I don't know how to express to people that I like them, that like I find them physically pleasing or that I am interested in them in a romantic manner. I don't know how to go from being somebody's friend to like, hey, I kind of dig you. Um and it's just a really weird, so I'm just everybody's friend, which is cool, but it's just really weird. And so I have all these guy friends, and some of them I like in a romantic way and some of them I don't. And but it's hard for me because like the ones that I like and would maybe like to pursue as something other than just friends, like I don't know what to do with that. And I don't know, it's just really weird and it's really confusing because it's like, to me, the thing to do would just be like, hi, I kind of like you. Do you want to go on a date? But then every time I'm like, oh, I could do that, then I'm like, if they say no, then I can't be their friend anymore because I'm going to be mortified and I won't be able to leave my house. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and keep hanging out. That seems okay, right? Like, that seems like a completely reasonable line of thought. Yeah, it's what I'm doing, so we'll see. But your trifecta of smugness. Okay, I voted yesterday too. Um, Clearly the not drinking thing, never gonna have that, and I do donate to NPR. So what do I have? The double up of smugness, dose smugness, dual smugness, dual smugness. I like that one. Um, yeah, I'm never gonna stop drinking. I mean, not unless I develop like a real drinking problem. Um, so I'm glad that you've hit the trifecta of smugness. No, that must be special for you. Um, Stock Summit. Fuck yeah. Okay, then we will try to do that. I'm gonna get a tax return next year, so because I actually am making wages. So I should be able to afford that. When is Stock Summit? It's like June or July, sometime in the summer-ish. Um, I should be able to do that. Flying to Portland will be a hell of a lot cheaper than flying to Vegas, and then we can like split a hotel room or something. So I think that that's definitely, and I know a bunch of other people in Portland, and there's a lot of shit to do. So I feel like that's completely on the table. You mentioned the band That Dog. I have not heard of that. I have not heard that band's name in so long, but I love them. I'm gonna have to go look them up now. Um, National Nano Swimo, whatever, the sweater one. No, I am not doing that. I don't have the money to buy a whole sweater's worth of yarn right now. Um, I am knitting a vest for my sister, but I already started it, so it's not within November. Um, I'm not doing NaNoWriMo because I just don't have the time to commit to 50,000 words right now. I am doing NaNoBlogMo or BlogPo or whatever, which is the blog post one where you do a blog post every day for the month. Um, I'm using the Just Make It Stop Tumblr blog for that. So there's a couple of things over there right now. Um, like the whole story about my tattoo yesterday, and then I wrote about something else I don't remember. Um, I'm not doing the knitting podcast because I'm just over knitting podcasts in general, and it's really hard because I couldn't. It was either going to get really academic and really dry, or it was going to be it just wasn't as good as it was when I was there with you, because like you and I had a good rapport, and so whenever I needed a guest, like I had somebody, and I don't really have that with you, and it's really hard for us to coordinate a time. And because of my crazy schedule, it's hard for me to coordinate a time to record with anybody anywhere. So I didn't have any guests, so it was just me, and it was just really hard. What I am going to do is I'm starting a completely different podcast with my friend Ashley. Um, and we're going to Skype it, and it's, we're not pithy. Pithy, Pithy. And it's just kind of a random pop culture ranty podcast. Ashley and I have known each other for a really long time. She lives in Texas now. But we had this idea because of Sarah Jo and Ezra's podcast, and it's going to be similar to Sarah Jo and Ezra's, but not quite the same. And it's going to be short. It's going to be like 20 or 30 minutes. So I have Mondays off, and she has Mondays off, so we're going to do it Monday nights, because she stays up super late on that night, so she can record later, because we're so far apart. So as soon as that one's up, I'll let you know that first. We're going to record our first episode on Monday. We've got like a call-in line, and it should be pretty fun, I think. I miss talking to you too. I miss actually having conversations with you. And if I wasn't so like weird about the phone, I would just call you, but like I drive a stick shift now, and usually the only time that I have to actually make phone calls is when I'm driving. And it's too hard to, I mean, it's dangerous enough to be talking on the phone and driving, even in automatic, but it's downright fucking suicide to do it in a stick shift on the phone, talking on ice. And it snowed here yesterday, and then it rained, and so it's not good. So like all I do is drive. Like that's it. That's all I'm doing. But I really we need to figure out how to have like actual conversations. Though this is good. Like I'm glad, I'm really glad that we're at least doing this, because there for a while, like we weren't talking at all, and that made me very sad. I don't like that. So I'm glad that we're at least doing this. And your last video made me lol. I laughed out loud. I forget. Oh, I think it was when you were talking about how my hair crush thing freaks you out. I was laughing because it's funny, because it's just funny that you find that so disturbing. And I find it so alluring. The Evan and Evelyn song, I'm really glad that you like Evelyn and Evelyn. I don't. I just don't like it. I love Amanda Palmer. I love pretty much everything she does. I think she's a fucking genius. I'm just not into Evelyn and Evelyn. But I do think There's a Place in Hell for Me and My Friends is definitely our theme song. I want to talk to you about actually turning this into a like video cast, like an actual video cast, where we do like a theme, where we like come up with like predetermined questions and things, and we actually talk about, kind of like Mouthy Marie's was supposed to be, you know, like something like that. Like I feel like I like having conversations about our days and stuff, but I feel like we are very, well, I don't know. I think we're interesting. I don't know if anybody else thinks we're interesting. I find us absolutely fucking riveting. So, I feel like that would be kind of fun. But if not, that's cool too, because I just like doing this, because I just like seeing your face. You know what, though? I meant to ask you the other day. I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to make this quick. But, like, I was looking at our views, our video views on our YouTube, and, like, some of them have a lot of views. So, like, who are you? Who is watching us? There's somebody other than just you and me, because I watch some of the videos more than once, but not like 40 or 50 times. So unless you're just playing our videos on a loop in your house because you miss my voice and my face, which is entirely possible, then there's other people watching these. So hi, other people. Feel free to comment and tell us who the fuck you are, because you now know a lot about us. I didn't think anybody else was going to be watching these, so this has got to be pretty fucking boring to anybody who isn't us. Okay, heart you, buddy. I will talk to you soon.